Well, Steve, we have a great matchup in the middle right here tonight. How fun is it going to see these two great centers go head-to-head?
That's old school when these two guys go at it banging. And you start talking about centers, you know, a lot of people look at points, but then you got to start looking at reboundings and who threw the first elbow and, you know, who's the enforcer and just set the tone for his team.
And the constant fighting for position underneath.
The stuff you don't see off the ball, they go at it.
Gets bad in there, doesn't it?
Yes.
You didn't go in there much, did you?
No, I just looked and kind of marveled at it.
You just kind of marveled at it.
Shooting two, gentlemen.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. LeVert out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then it's Jeremy Lin. Then there's Foy, and it's Lopez in at the 5. First one falls for him.
When you face the Utah Jazz, the one thing you know, they have a big front line. They're an elite rebounding team, especially at the offensive end. When you face them, you got to have a team effort on the glass.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And with more and more teams, Smitty, looking to space the floor, do you think the Jazz can be successful playing big with Favors and Gobert in the middle?
I think on the defensive end, it's fantastic. Both are athletic. Both can move their feet. It's the offensive end is a challenge. Favors has improved his mid-range jumper, but he's not yet a three-point marksman. And Gobert, he's getting better.
A lot of times in the first quarter, it will dictate how big a role a player has later on.
Yeah, I think so. Reason why, you get your confidence early, and then late in the games, you're able to knock down those shots.
And Utah has possession, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And you guys know how much I love aggressive defense, but in that game, they were just a bit over the top, and it wound up getting them in foul trouble.
They bodied them up entirely too much and paid dearly for it at the free throw line, which can definitely lose you games.
Now Lopez following the three-point attempt by Rodney Hood. The dish to Lin. Derek Favors with the rebound. Utah has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Favors with the screen. Hill with it. And it's Lin picking him up. The feed to Favors. 16 feet away. Here's Gobert. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And arguably the league's best rim protector, Rudy Gobert, 7'2", wingspan of 7'9". Steve, that's not bad. Great tools for the trade.
Yeah, on his toes, he can touch the rim, and he moves well for his size. He gets off the floor and a quick second jumper. He has work to do to get stronger, but he's only getting more and more intimidated when he keeps playing.
And the Nets miss again. For Utah, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Hill kicks to Gobert. Hayward outside. And Hill has it in the corner. Pass to Favors. Clock at 6. Out to Hood. Fires the 3. Here's Gobert. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Gobert's got his second bucket tonight.
Gobert using that 7'1" frame well on the glass, utilizing his size.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Jeremy Lin. That's his first foul. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Hill passes to Gobert. It's back to Hill.
Yeah, tough entry pass. You want to kick the ball down low, but you have to be crafty about how you do it. Still scoreless after 4 attempts, struggling to find any daylight.
Hayward outside. Up top, Gobert. Outside Hood. Here's Hill. Here's Gobert. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Love how Gobert stays active inside, picking up fouls in the process.
For Utah, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
First free throw is good.
When you start talking about experience, you talk about Coach Snyder. He coached at the college level, the minor league level, overseas, and now in the NBA. He brings a lot of experience to this game for the Utah Jazz.
He's off on the second. And Quinn Snyder, a former point guard at Duke and a lot of stops in his coaching career, he's learned under some greats.
Yeah, this is his coaching tree that he's learned under. Coach K, Greg Popovich, Mike D'Antoni, just to name a few. His experience learning so many different systems has bode well for him.
So it's the Jazz now, following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. Gobert with a screen for Hayward. Pass to Hill. Just 5 on the clock. From outside the arc. Again missing Hill. Nets trail by 4.
Kick it out.
Outside, Lynn.
Set up.
Kicks it to Lopez. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Hill dishes to Hood. Gobert the screen. And here's Hill for 3. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Floor spacing is so crucial. That's something that George Hill definitely brings to the table.
Lopez a screen. Here's Lynn. The 11-footer. The shot's good from Lopez.
Terrific court awareness to hit his teammate with a perfect pass in transition.
Jazz leading by 5. Hill kicks to Favors. He dishes it to Hayward. Favors sets the pick for Hayward. Outside Hood. Favors with the screen. Off the pick. Again missing Hill.
Well, no one's scoring off that screen. That was terrible.
Foy the pass to Lynn.
Screen.
Lopez a screen. Out to the wing. Here's LeVert. The offensive rebound. And the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Lopez. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for him.
It's been surprising to me to see him take a little bit of a tumble lately in terms of what he's doing for them offensively. The points just haven't been there for him like they were a few months back. The defenses he's facing have adjusted to him, and he hasn't been able to make his own adjustments.
That's good from Brook Lopez. As we get near the midway point of the season, Steve, teams know what their makeup is. I think they would know themselves from top to bottom exactly what they have.
They know their identity. They know how they win games. They know at the end of games who's ready to play. And coaching staff start to say, hey, these guys are great starters. But it's more important to know who are your finishers on the team.
And both free throws good for Lopez.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Hood kicks to Lyles. Right side Hill. A second chance effort, and it's Favors laying it in. Favors has got his first 2 points.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Lynn with it. In the game against Sacramento, very impressive. Lopez a screen on Hill. Right wing. LeVert the pass to Lopez. Tries it from 19. Good on the jump shot. Lopez has got 8.
He's really lucky that one went in because that was a pretty sloppy possession overall.
Lynn against Hill. In the corner, it's Hayward. No good on the 3. Nets trail by 3. Now Lynn. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Rebounded by Hood.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
All you ask for is execution, and those shots will fall later.
Favors with the screen. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. He's got 8.
That's where Hill really excels as a shooter in those catch-and-shoot opportunities.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And after that game, it was impressive to look at the box score and see the work they did at the free throw line.
That was a concerted effort to try to get to the line as much as possible, and it really made a difference.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Harris is checked in. Here is the 2K leaderboard. What a terrific defensive performance these teams have had since All-Star. The 4th spot held by the Jazz.
I mean, they've got the intimidation factor down low. Their shot blocking really gives them a reputation, and teams may grow reluctant to want to force the action inside.
Now here's Lynn. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Fades back. The rebound by the Jazz.
You know, even though he's been off the mark this quarter, he's trying not to let it shake his confidence.
Hayward dishes to Hill. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Something seems off with him tonight. Maybe it's his rhythm or his timing. Fortunately, his teammates are playing well enough to keep them ahead.
Now here's Lynn. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Brook Lopez. He's getting around 20 points per, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4. And he knocks down the first one. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Boris Diaz checked in for Favors. Joe Ingles comes in for Gordon Hayward. Alec Burks checked in for Hood. And it's Dante Exum in for George Hill. And both free throws good for Lopez. And you know, there was so much excitement surrounding the Nets when they finished the new arena in Brooklyn in 2012. They traded for Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett to try to fast-track their success. But that win now strategy really failed.
Yeah, and that's what can happen when you mortgage your future. Short-term goals can lead to that long-term misery. And they still have some pieces they can build around. We'll see what additional talent they can attract going forward.
Now here's Booker, following the shot by Alec Burks. Harris kicks to Dinwiddie. Fires for 3. Lopez, no luck.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Burks, the pass to Lyles. Feeds it to Ingles.
Stay on him. Step out.
He kicks to Exum.
Watch the screen.
Inside, here's Lyles. Trey Lyles drafted 12th in the 2015 draft out of Kentucky, a skilled power forward. Steve able to handle and shoot with range.
Size of a power forward, but like you said, skillful like a small forward. Being able to shoot the jump shot, also post up. He gives them a different look when he's on the floor at that 4 spot.
First trip to the line for him here. That free throw, no good.
And here in the early going, missed free throws starting to become the storyline.
Justin Hamilton, he's checked in for Lopez. And the second free throw, good. And for pretty much all NBA players, it's a dream come true when they get drafted. And Smitty, how did you celebrate when you were the 5th overall pick in the draft?
You know what? I went out and got me a nice SUV. I loved it, Kevin.
Good for
Had
you.
some rims, put a little music in there. That was bumping.
How about that? I guess that's something you always dream about when you get that kind of a chance to be drafted that high. Nationally known player.
But I think also for me, getting a chance to send my mom and dad on a special trip. That was one of those. It wasn't the first, but it was special.
Good for you. And Booker kicks to Dinwiddie. Passes to Kilpatrick. Tries to keep it alive. Stolen by Exum. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Jazz lead by 6.
And with those long arms, it's very difficult to defend Dante Exum when he's taking it to the bucket.
Booker with the screen for Harris. Back to Booker. Here's Kilpatrick. Hits the three-point bomb. Kilpatrick's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Jazz leading by 3. Dishes it to Burks. Lyles kicks to Exum. They set the pick. Here's Ingles. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Brooklyn's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Pass to Kilpatrick. In the corner, it's Harris.
Watch the screen.
Hamilton outside. Here's Kilpatrick. Here's Dinwiddie. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You know what? It's a big momentum builder for sure. That could be a game-changing moment there.
Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Lyles. Nets trail by 3. Dinwiddie kicks to Booker. Here's Kilpatrick. Powered down after the assist, led him into the lane.
Yeah, I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. Diaw with a wide open look. Good on the three-point shot. Diaw's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble. And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Exum's teammates like the fact that he always has his eyes open to get them the ball in a nice position. That's what good point guards do. The way he threw that pass with such ease on the run, that was a thing of beauty.
Jazz shooting it well so far today, guys. They've connected on 48% of their shots. Here's Ingles. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Diaw dishes to Exum. 6 on the shot clock. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
Whitehead's checked in for Brooklyn. .40 seconds left in the first quarter. Pass to Kilpatrick. Burks with the steal. To the inside, Johnson. And stolen by Booker. There's 21 seconds left in the first.
Don't let him shoot that.
The 3 ball drops in the tray. And the Nets lead by 1. And it's Exum in the corner. Diaw sets the pick for Exum. Off the screen, and he hits the jump shot. Exum's got his second basket of the night.
Sweet-looking jumper from Dante, a part of his game he continues to work on.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Utah out in front. They're up by 1. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And Jeremy Lin, a player who's come a long way in his time in this league, from going undrafted out of Harvard to where he is now. He says he remains very grateful.
I wasn't sure, if my career would ever pan out the way I was hoping for, or if I would be able to stay in the NBA. And so for me to be here playing, to be able to know I'm going to play in the game, in an NBA game, it's just, it's pretty cool.
Well, in a game filled with some pretty big egos, there are also guys like that who are living the dream in their own very grateful way. Lin has certainly seen the highs and the lows.
And Kevin, not everyone's a superstar and certain of their future. Sometimes you get to be a superstar for a brief moment in time, but this game has a way of humbling people, even those who started out humble, like Lin.
Come to me, come to me.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
You can tell the point of emphasis has been to get to the offensive glass.
They clearly have the size advantage, and they're sending a lot of big bodies to the paint on both sides of the floor.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Brook Lopez. Harris is out there with Hollis Jefferson. And it's Kilpatrick in at the shooting guard position.
No defensive pressure. That's a three-point attempt. He loves to have that.
That one doesn't go. The Nets go the other way with it. When this game is finished, they'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers.
Hey, get ball, get ball.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. 5 to shoot. Fade away. Off the left rim and out.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
Oh, shoot that. Shoot that.
Outside Hood. He feeds it to Hill. Harris against Hayward.
Oh, look at the crowd.
That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
That's the kind of strength that Hayward has, knowing how to bury shots in the face of some pretty stiff defense.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Man, when you look at the Nets over the past couple years, it's really astounding. I mean, they've been near the bottom of almost every major statistical category as a team. I mean, that means that they really have nothing to count on to stabilize themselves when they aren't going well in a game. And when you don't have an identity as a team, boy, it is hard to find consistency.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And on the topic of the Nets, it's hard to identify their calling card as a team because the roster, Greg, still seems to be in a state of flux.
And not many draft picks or trade assets. It really may come down to love the ones you're with, at least for a little while longer. I mean, they have some scorers. They have some playmakers. If they can just find a way to block out the noise and play their game, they can be an entertaining club.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
We know Brook Lopez is a great post scorer, but he can shoot it too. Growing up with big brothers, he said, I had to score somehow, and it was easier to play outside. I was out on the wing a lot in high school running the floor. I had to adapt. Kevin, it's hard to picture him on the wing now, but he's comfortable out there.
Yeah, but he brings that skill level, DA. You can see that. Thank you. Brooklyn with the ball. Rudy Gobert missing his last shot. Lopez a screen.
Right here.
Outside, Lin. There's the pass to Hollis Jefferson.
Balance it out.
His first shot coming late. Count it. Now here is Hill. He's got 8. Gobert the screen. Hood kicks to Gobert. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And Utah making a change here. Lyles checked in, and a change for the Nets. Randy Foye, he's checked in for Whitehead.
Well, you have Rodney Hood, a player coming out of Duke that could shoot the basketball lights out. I've always been impressed with him, and now he's been able to run the offense as a secondary ball handler.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Hill passes to Lyles. It's back to Hill, and he comes up with the deuce. Hill's got the lead up to 7 now for Utah. And Hood out of Duke is a lefty, pretty crafty with the ball in his hands, and he can score in isolation.
The lefty does a nice job. He comes off pick and rolls deceptively quick. He can get to the rim or he can pull up, and usually it's a bucket.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
He thrives in the open court. Such an aggressive finisher.
Lynn with it. He's picked up by Hill. Back to Lopez. And here's Foye. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Just 2 to shoot. And again, it's the Nets missing. Jazz leading by 9. Hill kicks to Lyles. Jazz passing it around. Gobert. Back to Hood. The dish to Hill. The feed to Gobert. To the middle. Stolen away. Lynn against Hill. Lynn dishes to Lopez. Back to Lynn. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And Lynn is just fearless, always looking to get as close to the bucket as he can.
Hill with it. He's got 12. The shot by Hayward, wide open. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. That's 7 points for Gordon Hayward.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And Gordon Hayward with a great in-between game, too, offensively, Smitty. He's got a mid-range pull-up, able to finish in traffic.
And it's all set up because he can handle the basketball and shoot the long ball, but then also he can get to the rim and elevate over, so guys give him room. And then he understands, hey, if they're going to give me that much room, let me just pull up from the elbow, the mid-range game, and make them pay.
Derek Favors checked in for Utah.
And a chance to check out the stats for Gordon Hayward. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month, averaging about 23 points per, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And the numbers, while pretty outstanding, I mean, we've now come to expect that from this guy.
Nets trail by 10. Now Lynn. Lopez sets a screen for Lynn. Fires for 3. Favors with the rebound. Favors got his 3rd rebound on the night.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
It's stolen by Hill. Fires from 18. The rebound by the Nets. Hollis Jefferson's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's LeVert. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. LeVert's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Jazz leading by 9. Hill kicks to Lyles. Hayward outside. There's the screen. And here's Hill for 3. And Utah another 3.
Coming off that screen ready, Hill makes it count.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly. Lynn the pass to Lopez. Rebounded by Hood. Hayward on the wing. It's back to Hill. Good on the shot. Hill's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
That explains the gap on the scoreboard. Attacking offense against a defense that's far too relaxed.
Out of bounds. Nets ball as Brooklyn keeps possession. And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for Brooklyn. Hayward against Lynn. And the call will be against George Hill. That is his first foul of the game. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Boris Diaz checked in for Trey Lyles. Joe Ingles comes in for Gordon Hayward. Burks, he's checked in for Rodney Hood. And it's Dante Exum in for George Hill. Then for the Nets, Justin Hamilton, he's checked in for Lopez. Trevor Booker comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Jeremy Lin. There's the pick. Dinwiddie kicks to Hamilton. Steve is a player who played a lot of the time at the 2. How do you feel about the current stars at that position, especially now in the post-Kobe Bryant era that we're in?
You know, the 2-guard position has always been my favorite reason because that guy usually could do it all. But I think the one thing they're missing right now, they don't post up anymore. I want to see the 2 guards at that size.
Like what Chauncey Billups would do, for instance?
6'6". Well, I mean, like Kobe. I mean,
Yeah.
guys that posted up. Wesley Matthews still posts up a little bit. They've
Sure.
gone away from posting up. You have that skill at that 2-guard position to post up, dribble the basketball. You have a great feel when you're a 2-guard.
And he sinks the second.
Jazz patiently stockpiling young talent over the last half-decade. They've laid a strong foundation, now one of the deeper teams in the league.
Kicks it to Burks. Nice ball movement by Utah. Favors with the screen. Out left to the wing. Diaw for 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. For the Jazz, a lot of quality young players, but do you see, Steve, a lot of superstar potential on this roster right now?
Nah, that's the question, Mark. They get it done by committee. The other question is salary cap. As these guys hit free agency, will the Jazz be able to pay everybody? The defense was decent, but not good enough. That's his shot, and when he gets any daylight, he's going to let it fly.
Burks kicks to Favors. He dishes it to Exum. Back to Favors. Feeds to Ingles. Down low. Here's Burks. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Burks has got his first basket of the night.
Assists like that have typified their effort today.
Timeout.
Terrific ball movement.
Start it.
Timeout called, the Nets. And Brooklyn making a change here. Harris is checked in.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Trevor Booker. This past month, he's really set himself apart. 15th in field goal percentage. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
Harris, right side. Pulls up from the corner. Here's Booker. The shot comes out, so Utah will take it the other way.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And Favors kicks to Ingles. Favors with the screen. Here's Burks. And Utah again with the bucket. Nets trail by 14. Dinwiddie kicks to Hamilton. Harris outside. Passes it to Booker. Takes it from 10. Again, the miss by Booker. Jazz leading by 14. Dishes to Exum. And Diaw kicks to Ingles. Diaw, the screen. Here's Favors. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Favors got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And Booker kicks to Harris. Back to Booker. Drilled from 11 feet out. Booker's got 5 now. Utah has gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Here's Exum. He had 15 points last outing. On its way from Burks for 2, and it comes off the front of the rim.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
Those types of shots are low quality. You're not going to win too many friends on that one.
He kicks it to Exum. Outside Favors, pass to Burks. He feeds it to Favors. Now here's Exum. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Favors. Diaw for 3. Brooklyn with the rebound.
I am wondering what can he do to get it cranked up. Nothing from long range this quarter after hitting 1 in the first.
Hamilton kicks to Dinwiddie. Harris outside. Lets it go from the wing. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feed. Utah leading by 10. 55 seconds left to play here in the half. Burks kicks to Favors. Takes the 3. Buries the long-range jumper. 7 points in the game.
The defense totally blew it. They left him way too wide open, and he dropped that one with ease.
Here's Foy. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Burks kicks to Favors. Pass to Exum. Nice ball movement by Utah. Ingles can't get it to go.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And Booker kicks to Harris. And the pass to Hamilton. Here's Dinwiddie. The dish to Booker. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Booker's got 7 points.
I can't believe defenders are not aware. They cannot allow him that position.
You got to be physical. Push him off the block. Get him off the spot.
And so we wrap up the first half. Jazz lead by 9. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Joe, you guys were focused at both ends of the floor. Which one was more important?
It's been a little bit of both, but we just got to communicate, talk defensively, get stops, and get out and run.
Joe, thanks for the time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. In the second quarter, they made it look easy. They played well at both ends of the court, and suddenly they're sitting on a 9-point lead here at halftime. And Shaq, what did you think about what we saw from Utah?
Well, it was an unselfish, team-oriented half of basketball. The ball never stopped moving. Their offense had a great flow to it. It prevented anyone from getting lazy out there. They're always moving, cutting, knowing where they need to pass the ball, Ernie.
Kenny, how'd you think the Nets were playing?
Well, I think their problem is rebounding, Ernie. You know, when you're trying to come back in a game, every possession counts because each possession can turn into points, and you need to cut that deficit quickly.
And in a matter of moments, they'll be starting the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. See you, folks.
The streets and buildings of Salt Lake City lit up gorgeously as we welcome you back to the action here in Utah. All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. You look at George Hill, he's really been playing well.
And he just went off in those first two quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
Yeah, the change has to be double teaming him. Single coverage will not get it done.
Jazz leading by 9. Hill pairs up with Hood in the backcourt. Favors and Gobert, the defensive big men pair. And it's Hayward in at the small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder.
Gordon Hayward with 2 seasons left on his max contract. I remember people scratching their head when he signed it, but he is starting to live up to the hype.
Hard to believe this, Steve. Hayward now the longest tenured player on the Utah Jazz. They drafted him 9th overall back in 2010.
A cornerstone of their young core. He's a vet now, and he's probably their most complete player.
2.
That free throw good from Hayward. Well, for so long, you always heard the old saying, you live by the 3, you die by the 3. With teams shooting more three-point shots now, Smitty, than ever. Is it time to retire that cliche and say, you know, well, it's part of the game. That's a standard in the game.
You know, Kevin, no. I think the Warriors just have an asterisk. That's it, because they won the championship.
So good.
They won the championship, and if they keep winning, you'll keep saying Warriors. But if you don't win the championship, yes, you keep shooting the 3 ball, but you might want to find a way to hit some 2s because everybody can't shoot it like the Warriors.
Now here's Lynn. Count that one.
And Lynn plays with a real edge. When he's driving inside, he looks determined to beat everyone to the basket.
And here's Hood. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Down low. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Jazz lead by 11.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second win.
Yeah, he's one of those players. He operates at a different speed versus the defense.
Here's Hayward. Here's Gobert. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Hamilton's checked in for Lopez. The Jazz have gone 5 of 8 from the charity stripe here tonight.
The Frenchman, Rudy Gobert, really making an immediate impact with his rebounding and his shot blocking ability.
To the wing on the left. Back to Lynn. They set the pick. It's stolen by Hill. And oh, here we go. Hill, nobody back. The shot's good. Hill's got 19 points.
A solid beginning to this second half offensively. 3 for 4 from the floor.
And Foy kicks to Hamilton. Left side, Lynn. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
Jazz leading by 14. Gobert the screen. Hill dishes to Favors. It's back to Hill and stolen by Hamilton. And now here's Hamilton, the fast break chance. Here's Foy, and off the front iron, and in it goes. Foy's got 7.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Favors with the screen. Hill kicks to Hayward. It's back to Hill. Hayward right side. 5 on the clock. Good. The assist goes to Hill. 13 points for Gordon Hayward.
Firing on all cylinders here in the third. Only one miss in 5 attempts.
Lynn with it. He has 6. To the paint. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Makes it off the glass. Hollis Jefferson's got his second bucket of the night.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Hood kicks to Favors. Hayward outside. The feed to Hood. Hill against Lynn. From outside the arc. Hill, no good. Nets trail by 12. Foy, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Kicks to Foy. Outside, Lynn. And stolen by Favors. Deep 2 from Hill. And Utah again with the bucket.
George Hill very aggressive tonight, looking to score.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Utah has turned a corner, establishing its identity under Quinn Snyder as a youthful, defensive-minded team. Coach Snyder said, our players have gotten better. Our team has gotten better. There was a connectivity and a defensive mindset that was bubbling beneath the surface. The habits were there. The intensity was there. Things have just clicked. Kevin?
All right, D.A., they're on the rise. And, you know, Steve, you ask around the league, when it comes to home court advantage, the Jazz have one of the best in the NBA.
A very passionate crowd, very loud and dedicated. And, of course, the altitude plays a factor, too. Second highest in the league after Denver. And for visiting teams, you get winded much quicker.
Johnson, he's checked in for Derek Favors. We take a second here to take a look at the shot chart.
And what a big-time game we've seen from him. He's been the one looking to create and get a shot each trip down the floor. Every time a shot falls, his confidence just grows and grows. Just an all-around tremendous offensive showing.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Feeds it to Lynn. He dishes it to Booker. Gobert with the block.
You really have to be careful with Gobert lurking around. He'll send it back.
And it's Hood in the corner, wide open. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Whitehead. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Kilpatrick. And that one goes long. Utah leading by 14. The 3 from Hill got a piece of it, and it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. Every team hopes to have a player on this list. A quick update now on the top field goal percentage shooters in the NBA. 4th, Rudy Gobert.
And just so reliable offensively. It's one thing to find good looks, but you've got to finish when you get them, and he does at a fantastic rate.
They get it again. Out to Hood. Lets it go with a 3. Drills the three-pointer. Hood's got 5 now.
Hood's ability to space out the floor is huge. If he's squaring up from outside, the D has to close out.
Here's Whitehead. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert. The Nets have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
No good on that one. And a huge jump in the salary cap this season, Steve. And next year it really goes up by more than $40 million probably in the next 2 years.
That's phenomenal.
Isn't that something?
And now a lot of these teams will get a chance to add even more players that can help their teams.
Lyles checked in for the Jazz. Good on the second free throw. Utah leading by 16. Gobert the screen. Hill kicks to Lyles. Passes it to Hood. This one for three. And it's Hood again missing. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Booker a screen on Johnson. There's Lin with the three. Drills the three-pointer. Lin's got 7 now in this quarter.
Just wonderful form on the J from Lin, dropping it in the face of the D.
Hill passes to Lyles. Gobert the screen. Hood for three. And it's Hood again missing.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Here's Kilpatrick. 7 points in the game. The shot. The rebound by Johnson.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
And if you're the defense, you probably should sag off him right now because he's not knocking down anything.
Nets trail by 15. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Whitehead. Pass to Kilpatrick. No good on the three.
Oh, man, he hasn't had the rhythm tonight. Tried to make up for it there, but it just wasn't meant to be.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hill.
And checking out some numbers for Gobert. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. Averaging 13 points per game, 13 rebounds, and almost 2.5 blocks. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
And the Nets making a change here. Harris has checked in. The Nets have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Here's Whitehead. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. It's good. Hollis Jefferson's got 6.
They might be behind, but you can't blame him. He has been spectacular so far in this one.
Now here is Hill. 21 points in the game. Gobert the screen. Lyles kicks to Johnson. To the paint. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
A different look for Utah. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Burks comes in for Rodney Hood. And it's Dante Exum in for Hill. Brook Lopez is checked in for Brooklyn. Free throws good, Lyles.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Kilpatrick passes to Whitehead. Booker is screen on Johnson. Here's Whitehead. Harris outside. Shot clock at 5. Shot from 12. Jump shot is good that time. 14 points for Brook Lopez. Johnson against Booker. Teardrop shot. Johnson can't get it to go. Nets trail by 14. Here's Whitehead. Now the pass to Kilpatrick. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. 16 points for him.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Now, here's Burks. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Exum kicks to Lyles. The shot by Burks. Nobody around. Brooklyn with the rebound. Lopez has got 6 rebounds in the game. Harris outside. Here's Kilpatrick. A stupendous finish in traffic. Kilpatrick's got 9.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Burks kicks to Lyles. Dishes it to Burks. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
He's always one step ahead of the game. Passes like that show off his court vision.
Boris Diaz checked in for the Jazz. Hill comes in for Dante Exum. The Nets also changing it up. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Booker. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Whitehead. Free throw good, Burks.
The former University of Colorado alumni Burks, a solid 2-guard who can really light it up.
And the call will be against George Hill. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Dinwiddie. He has 5. Here's Lopez. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Lopez has got 6 points in the quarter. Utah leading by 11. Hill kicks to Diaw. It's back to Hill. He feeds it to Burks. The Jazz working the ball around now. Johnson sets the screen for Hill. Clock at 6. The tray. That one, no good. And Brooklyn will come the other way. There's the dish to Dinwiddie. Misses the 3.
Surprising. He usually puts the dagger in your heart. That wide open from 3.
For Utah, they have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
That free throw, no good. And Utah making a change here. Favors is checked in. He hits the second from the line. And Brooklyn has possession. A 12-point game. Last time they met was in Brooklyn.
Guys, it was like there was a lid on the basket in that game. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, hard to overcome such a lack of production offensively.
Not something we see too often, just one of those days for them, I guess.
Now let's check out and highlight the best defenses in the NBA. The Jazz, number 1.
Great defenders both individually and collectively. I mean, you can tell they really love accepting that challenge. They can stifle you at that end of the floor.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez hits them both.
And his work at the free throw line has been terrific tonight, making the most of his chances.
Stolen away. Here's Dinwiddie. He's guarded by Hill. Dinwiddie kicks to Lopez. And stolen by Favors. Now Diaw. Second chance shot. The offensive rebound. They shoot again, and it's blocked. And they'll keep possession. Here's Favors. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. Harris outside. 1:10 left to play here in the third.
Kick it out, kick it out.
To the inside. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Utah. Randy Foye, he's checked in for Brooklyn. The free throw off from Harris. Jazz leading by 8. 58 seconds left in the third quarter. Three-pointer, Hayward. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
I got your help.
Dinwiddie kicks to Harris.
No.
And there's the feed to Dinwiddie.
Get it.
That's short off the rim. Utah has gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Hayward right side. Rebound, Brooklyn.
See, when you're going into the teeth of the defense, you have to go harder. Soft lay-in won't cut it.
Hey, balance it out.
Here's Dinwiddie. He's got 5.
Yo, right here.
He kicks to Lopez.
Shoot that.
3 seconds left. The shot, no good. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. It's the Jazz. They're up by 8. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And the final period of play just about to start. Nets trail by 8. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. Jeremy Lin is out there with Foye. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Hollis Jefferson in a power forward. It's stolen by Gobert. Nice ball movement by Utah. And Diaw kicks to Hill. Diaw, the screen. At the top of the key, Hood. He used that pick to perfection. Hood's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Jazz. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. To the inside. It's stolen by Gobert. Now here's Hill, the fast break opportunity. Connects from three-point range. Hill's got 24 points.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
That's tipped. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Diaw dishes to Hill. Hayward passes to Gobert. 5 to shoot. Puts it up from 12. And Utah again with the bucket.
Hayward is just automatic from the mid-range area. Can't let him get comfortable from there.
Outside, Lin. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession.
And you can see it. He knew he made a mistake the second the ball left his hands.
Trey Lyles checked in for Boris Diaw. Here's Hill. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Hayward outside. Clock at 6. And Gobert with the basket on the assist by Hayward.
And for his career, Gobert has averaged better than 50% from the field, an efficient scorer in the post.
Lin kicks to Lopez. No good again that time. Utah leading by 17. Hayward dishes to Hood. Hill with it. And it's Lin picking him up. Now here is Hill. Back to Hood. From deep. Can't hit that one. Nets trail by 17. Outside, Lin. Lopez passes to LeVert. Drops in the tray.
He might not be the first option to take that three, but when he's that open, he can knock it down once in a while.
And here is Hill. Pass to Lyles. Hayward outside. Inside. Hood gets the bucket. And the Jazz lead by 16.
Hood is great at getting into the paint, using that high release point of his to get his shot off.
There's a screen. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Fires from 14. Rebound, Utah. Hayward's got 5 rebounds tonight. Kicks to Hill. And the pass to Lyles. Outside Hood. Inside. Outside, Lynn. In it goes for the 5th time, and 10 shots for him this game.
I love the adjustments he's made here in the second half, getting the looks he wants now and shooting a much higher percentage.
Hood kicks to Gobert. Lynn against Hill. On its way from Hayward for 2. Here's Gobert, and slam dunk by Gobert.
Love how Gobert scores in all kinds of ways, using his athleticism to his advantage.
Outside, Lynn. Lopez, a screen on Hill. To the left wing, to the middle. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
You love it when a big man has those soft hands. Rarely any problem converting that close to the rim.
And Utah making a change here. Johnson's checked in.
Hey, Rudy Gobert, such a great find for the Utah Jazz. A force of nature defensively. Go gadget arms is developing a shot also around the rim.
And Gobert may be the most impactful player of the 2013 draft class. Steve, he was taken 27th. How in the world did he slip that far?
Well, in workouts, you really can't see his value, but put him out on the floor with his length and size and the impact he has defensively, you can't simulate that in workouts. You have to see him play in games.
And here is Lynn after the three-pointer from Joe Johnson. Moving it up. And Gobert with the basket on the assist by Johnson. And that's now 17 points for Rudy Gobert. Passes it to LeVert. Lopez, a screen on Hayward. But they recover it. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Rodney Hood. That's his first foul. Full 24-second shot clock. Foy from long range. The rebound by the Jazz. Gobert's got 11 rebounds in the game.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Gobert, the screen. For 3, Hill gets it to go from beyond the arc. Hill's got a pair of threes here in the 4th quarter for the Jazz. Nets trail by 21. Lynn with it. Well, the NBA now playing games in London every season. Games selling out in record time. Word is, Steve, the league would eventually like to launch a 4-team division in Europe. You think that could work?
You know, I don't think so. I think when you look at it, that's be so hard for teams traveling back and forth, and especially those teams in Europe. They'll be traveling over here to the States a lot. I can see an all-star game in Europe, maybe in London.
Too, yes.
I think all-star game first.
Here's Hill. After the basket by Brooklyn. Picked off in midair. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Lopez outside. Lopez with another miss. And it's Utah's ball. They're on a 10-2 run here. Johnson dishes to Hood. Gobert the screen. Down low. Hood gets the bucket. Hood's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
You know, as ice cold as he was in the first half, that's how hot he has been since the break. No one can match up with him right now.
It's stolen by Hill. Feeds to Gobert. Outside Hood. He dishes it to Hayward. No good on that one. And Brooklyn will come the other way. LeVert the pass to Foy. To the middle. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
High basketball IQ right there. Saw his teammate had the advantage, so he got him the rock and let him go to work.
Hayward outside. From deep. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 6 assists now in the game.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Lopez, a screen on Hill. Lynn kicks to Lopez. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Well, Steve, the NBA has certainly done a lot to curb flagrant fouls or excessive force in various game situations. However, do you feel there will be always that hard foul that will come into play to some extent?
Yeah, I think so. And I think the league has done a nice job of being able to categorize them flagrant 1 or flagrant 2. Really hard sometimes to differentiate between the two, but I think it's the right call.
Derek Favors checked in for the Jazz. And the Nets also making a change. Harris has checked in. Lopez hits them both. Now Hill dishes it to Gobert. Hayward outside. He feeds it to Hood. He kicks it to Gobert. Shot clock at 6. Hood can't get it to go.
Couldn't have been more wide open on that one.
Here's Harris. And the Nets miss again. Jazz leading by 22. Here's Hill. Hayward on the wing. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. The Nets have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the 4th quarter. Harris kicks to Lynn. Lopez against Gobert. LeVert, and he's good on the 3-ball. LeVert's got 8 points in the quarter.
See, in this half, I feel like he's a much different shooter. Calm, focused, and letting things come to him.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
2.
And year after year, Derek Favors making steady improvements, Steve, and he's still entering his prime.
Well, he came in as a rebounder and a defender, but now is back to the basket game. He's comfortable, and now his face-up jump shot. But what I love is one dribble to the rim, and he can finish. Offensive game has definitely improved at all levels.
And he makes the first. We see it practically every game. A player picks up a few quick fouls and has to change how they play. Steve, just how drastic of a mentality change is it when you're playing in foul trouble?
Well, it takes away a little bit of your aggressiveness. And I think also you have to rely on your teammates, especially if you're in foul trouble, especially for star players. You want to keep them around. So a lot of times the coach will say, hey, go double team so the star player or players won't pick up the next foul. Derek Favors, his ability to play the power forward position and the center position and comfortable in both. He has a combination of strength, length, and mobility, and he can bang on the block and cover out on the perimeter.
Jazz leading by 20. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession.
You can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
That was a risky pass. Poor decision, really. Fortunately, they didn't lose the possession.
Here's Gobert, and it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line. Stevie talked to the training staff. Derek Favors' lateral quickness is off the charts for a player of his size.
And you talk about size, you're saying a guy with that much strength and girth. Here's a guy that can move quickly and lateral quickness like a guard.
The Nets have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the 4th. LeVert the pass to Lynn. Here's Hollis Jefferson, and the rejection by Favors.
The long reach of Favors have a real impact, especially when he leaves the ground quickly in time for blocks.
Another steal. To the paint, here's Lopez. Basket is good, the assist from Harris. And now it's 27 points for Brook Lopez. to the middle. Here's Gobert. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Lopez passes to Hollis Jefferson. Lynn kicks to Lopez, and he lays it straight in. Lopez has got 29 in the game.
And really, Lynn has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open.
Favors with the ball, and it's Lynn picking him up. Gobert with a screen for Hayward. They get the rebound, and there's Favors putting it right back in.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
You know, that job of getting through screen is not pretty, but somebody has to do it.
Now here's Lynn. Beyond the arc. That's in for his fifth make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
And Lynn is a sensational playmaker. Love how he zips passes over to his guys. And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Boris Diaz checked in for Rudy Gobert. Johnson comes in for Gordon Hayward. Alec Burks checked in for Rodney Hood. And it's Dante Exum in for Hill. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Justin Hamilton, he's checked in for Lopez. Booker comes in for Hollis Jefferson. Whitehead's checked in for Harris. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Jeremy Lin. Now here's Exum. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Hey, Steve, we've seen more and more teams relying on high-powered offenses to lead them to wins. Is this just part of a cycle the league goes through, or is this the offensive revolution that we've been looking forward to and is well underway?
I think it's here to stay, Kevin. Reason why the rules have changed, and I think it favors the offense. No hand checking, no chucking. So ultimately you see more points on the board, Kevin.
I would think you would have loved to have played in this era of free-flowing basketball.
Yeah, you could take about 12, 15 threes a game. That would have been beautiful.
And so Favors nails both of them.
You know, the shooting ability of Derek Favors combined with his size makes him a hard matchup for most defenses.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Jazz.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And when it's all said and done here, this will mark their 38th W on the year.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win. And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Rudy Gobert.
This may sound like an overstatement, but it's really not. He controlled this game with his rebounding. This has turned into a runaway largely because of the work he did on the glass.
To the paint, here's Burks. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
He misses the free throw. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Here's Dinwiddie. Pass to LeVert. From deep three-point range. No good. Shot missing. And it's Utah the other way. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. The dish to Diaw. Back to Exum. The Jazz working the ball around now. Clock at 6. Back to Diaw. There's the triple. And that comes off the assist by Exum.
And that's just a little more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate a W.
They're already celebrating. People are walking to the door, smiles. This one is over.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks very much. Joe, congrats on the win. A lot of back and forth tonight, some good runs on both sides. How did you guys finally take control?
We just picked up our energy and effort. We was able to get some stops, got out in transition, started making a few shots, and it just kind of got contagious.
Great job, Joe. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
The 2K Sports Postgame Show.
Thank you so much, Kevin. And with this one in the books, we're ready to present our Jordan Player of the Game. Rudy Gobert. One could say he had quite a fourth quarter. Completely shut the door on any attempt by the other side to sneak this one out.
As efficient and offensive performance as you're ever going to see, and I mean ever. I don't care where your shot's coming from. You're not supposed to shoot that high of a percentage. Did he miss? I don't think he missed.
Rudy Gobert is a game changer, guys. He had a major effect on this game. First and foremost, his length causes so many problems at both ends of the floor. He's developed into one of the NBA's towers of terror.
And that is a wrap, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. See you again soon.